Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining my session. My name is Margaret Lee. I'm the General Manager and SVP for Digital Service and Operations Management Business at BMC. Very glad that you're attending this session for BMC's Exchange. Today, I want to talk to you about something called ServiceOps, which is a short for Service Operations, which is a new set of capabilities and key part of a BMC's strategy in operations and service management. Let's dive in. Today, large enterprises of all verticals are going through a lot of change. Much of the change is driven by the concept and the methodology of DevOps. Behind DevOps really is the need. The companies have realized they need to innovate, they need to move faster. They need to deliver new capabilities and services to their customers and employees. Along with DevOps, because there's so much change, there's also an exploding of data. And managing that data to understand what they need to do is part of the big challenge. Also, a complex environment, especially for large enterprises and public sector agencies, there is a large number of systems and applications that have grown up over the years that are playing mission critical roles for the company. And these are often side-by-side adjacent to the new applications and systems, making the environment very complex. Also, there's a lot of tasks that DevOps teams want to do, but today are really done manually to solve issues. And these manual tasks tend to be error-prone and not scalable. And lastly, when we look at companies that are trying to put changes and updates into the environments, there's a siloed effect between service desks and also change management teams compared to operations teams who look at the changes on the back end to monitor. And when we're talking about change, we're talking big numbers. Based on a recent survey, it's not unusual for a company to have over 10,000 changes in a year or more. Companies are at different stages of adopting DevOps. Depending on where you are, there could be challenges about lack of automation or complexity of architecture, skill set shortages, or if you're in the early stages, your teams are not ready for that much change. And ServiceOps from BMC is one set of capabilities to help you move up the evolution phases of DevOps adoption. So let's take a look at what is ServiceOps value prop that can help customers. Foremost is that realizing a lot of the DevOps is driven by the need to innovate, to continuously release and put new capabilities. And also the innovation is cross domains, not just the engineering team, but that might be product teams, even marketing teams that is trying to put new capabilities in the hands of customers. All of this innovation is really driving a lot of change. We mentioned more than 10,000 changes per year. For large enterprises, not surprising at all. So in that environment, it is very important to understand risks associated with change. So using AI to look at change analytics to give organizations confidence and the ability to govern, to understand which changes are more risky, which changes are safer to proceed. And also the automation of the processes to apply these changes. And certainly, ServiceOps enables collaboration between teams from end to end. Before a change is even brainstormed, when the change is being applied and new capabilities applied, if there's an issue, seamless collaboration between teams and real-time end-to-end visibility of what is being applied and how that is materializing in the back end. So ServiceOps help teams to innovate, to manage the risk of change, and to collaborate across teams. So today, the state of the service delivery can be quite challenging, right? So that's why over 80% of the companies believe that they can benefit from closer unified service management and operation management processes, right? Over 40% of large companies, They want to augment their human staff with digital workers. These are chatbots, these are AI algorithms to perform these complex cross-business interactions, right? Just to highlight another sense of what's coming, the IDC believe that over the next 4 years, there will be more changes into our IT systems, into our applications to help companies innovate more than what we've put into our environment in the last 40 years combined. So we really are looking at a order of magnitude ability to adjust to change in order to innovate. So BMC Helix is designed to help customers going through that order of magnitude jump in their capabilities. But first, what is Helix? So Helix is a platform that helps customers to deliver end user great experiences for your employees and for your customers. We want to deliver experiences that are personalized, that are constantly connected. And these services are created by your product teams, from your lines of business, from IT, and these services are maintained and monitored by your SRE teams and operation admin teams. So what's on the platform? Foremost, the platform is where we can ingest and blend and enrich large amount of data. And these data could be traditional service management type of data, such as cases, tickets, change requests, or knowledge articles. But of course, this data also includes things that traditionally is on the monitoring backend, things like events, logs, metrics, configuration policies, and security policies, right? The ability to use this data front and back, end to end, is one of the key capabilities of the Helix platform on a single platform, all this data. Now, how will these data help the customers? These data help the customers to understand push workflows or approvals, to orchestrate end-to-end processes, to remediate proactively sometimes potentially risks, and to fulfill customers and end users' requests. So the connection between the data and these automation is our machine learning and AI capabilities. We have the ability to detect anomalies when there are changes or operational metrics, to predict, to find probable root cause, to make recommendations, sometimes in chatbot in a conversational tone, and to make suggestions to our end users. So this end-to-end is the Helix platform. So Helix platform is designed to support 3 major use cases. We have the capability that BMC has had for many years in terms of service desk and service management to support end users and agents, and to support processes and automation approvals, and more to support agile teams and DevOps teams for changes and problems and service tickets. On the other side of the Helix platforms, now AIOps capability, to be able to monitor, to be able to make recommendation and remediation, and be able to optimize the environment. Connecting these two end-to-end is what we're talking about today, the concept and the capabilities of ServiceOps. And now, as I will show later in this presentation, we have capabilities to do prediction of incidents. We have ability to gather all the teams together to collaborate and into a swarming room. We have ability to proactively try to find resolution, and then also gather data throughout the different stages of the DevOps lifecycle, DevOps data analytics. All of these are key capabilities that leverages our data and features in the service management and operations management. So put it together. First, we have the converged platform, the Helix platform that we talked about. And that platform, in addition to data, have a lot of common services, such as single sign-on service, data ingestion service, automation, and integration services. There's also a portal, a dashboard that's shared across all the products, right? On top of that, we have the key capabilities to support service management, ServiceOps, and AIOps capabilities. So in terms of ServiceOps, some of the key capabilities are, think of it as individual features that sit on top of the platform. Things like incident correlation, things like proactively managed problem by clustering them, things like root cause isolation and analysis, right? And also providing chatbot real time for a swarming team and detect any anomalies. So there's capabilities sitting on top of the platform that supports ServiceOps strategy. And ServiceOps definitely benefit foremost teams, product teams that are trying to adopt and use DevOps methodologies, but also really supports other teams that's related, such as lines of business, from HR, from facilities, and other automation teams trying to drive business workflow. Okay, so a little bit deeper into specifics. So from ServiceOps, it's really the central point of 3 different capabilities from BMC. Under the service management, service management has traditionally been the point where customers enter change requests, incident requests, and ticketing. From operations, traditionally there's the SOC center and NOC center that has operational data on servers, on the infrastructure, on root cause analysis, and oftentimes there's remediation done by the operations teams. But key area connecting those two also is modeling. We're able to model your IT infrastructure, your applications. In the future, we're also going to be able to model your business services. And pulling them together during the time of rapid change is what ServiceOps going to be able to help you. So some of the real-time use cases are proactive incident management, so that it can help improve the success rate of change management, right? In a world of over 10,000 changes, it's key to make sure these changes are successful and risks are managed. And also ServiceOps will be able to help you to predict and automate any resolution that you will be applying to improve the service availability. There is a continuous optimization aspect, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the presentation. Part of the key to risk mitigation is to make sure that your environment is fully resourced. And all of this data coming in will be real-time and dynamic view from both service and operations teams. So a couple of key capabilities. We already talked about continuous optimization to ensure there's always real-time availability of resources. We talked about proactive problem management, which is looking at problem tickets coming from end user and be able to proactively identify if there are patterns and what that would mean for the backend operations team. Talked about correlating noise when there's so many tickets coming in with so many log data and events on the operations side, be able to make correlations and really understand the pattern and really understand what is the key root cause, right? ServiceOps also enabled the collaboration between product teams, engineering teams who are doing DevOps, and also the operation teams, especially when there's incident and outage. And also intelligent automation helps to proactively kick off resolution, sometimes even before there's an outage or there's an incident. So let's talk about some specific capabilities. As you can see, some of these are screenshots captured from our currently available products today. And also I'll talk about some of the things we're looking at releasing over the next 6 to 12 months, right? So first is the ability to generate tickets, and ServiceOps enable IT, DevOps, and product teams to create tickets, and also leveraging our platform to cluster those cases. ServiceOps provides the observability to look at future releases and make sure that the DevOps end-to-end value stream data is collected and actionable across. So visibility is a key to ServiceOps, and visibility pulling data from service management and operations management. As you can see, here is an incident dashboard from Helix IT Service Management, right? It is, by the way, built on state-of-the-art dashboard technology, Grafana. This is where we're strategically investing in. And from here, we can take a look at the variety of customers on a multi-tenant way, their incidents, their SLA status, and their number of issues and low, medium, high issues across the board. So be able to visualize incidents and changes and service requests alongside with metrics and events and logs is a key visibility requirement that we can help with Helix dashboards. We mentioned swarming. We are announcing with our 21.3 release, the first iteration of partnership with Microsoft Teams directly from Helix ITSM. So from a service desk, when there's an incident, we can immediately kick out a swarming capability using Microsoft Teams, and then pulling all the team members together, as well as rich set of contextually relevant data, the service tickets that's relevant, as well as backend operations data that's relevant, so people can collaborate and quickly resolve the issues. So during a swarming, if there is an outage, right? So one of the key questions people ask is, what is the root cause? Which particular servers, nodes, or SaaS environment might have changed, and these changes might be the root cause. So our ability to pull data from the backend, you can see that certain servers might have a 95% chance that might be the root cause. Be able to suggest this to the swarming team real time really would accelerate incident resolution. So this idea of pairing service desk tickets when there's an outage with the backend operations data is a key capability, and especially if the data that gets combined are context relevant or specific to the issue of this particular incident. More important than quick resolution of an issue when there is an outage is to prevent an outage. So ServiceOps leverages the fact that we can model different services and model that from service to its components and microservices to the infrastructure, to be able to say, okay, when there's a change coming into this complex environment, we think there's a high probability there will be some critical issues. And we think that there's a probability that service availability over the next hours or days might be impacted. This ability to highlight and prevent outages is a key reason, key value for ServiceOps to our customers. So I talked a lot about this coming together of service management and operations management, and introducing the concept, the value proposition, and some of the highlight features of ServiceOps. All of that is done in the backdrop of a transformation that BMC is going through. So I joined BMC in January. The transformation was already well underway. And from a DSOM perspective, we're looking at both the portfolio transformation, with which we're hoping to support our customers and partners and solve your problems, as well as an operating model transformation. So as you can see, with the further investment and adoption of AI into service and operation management, that is adding new features with every release for our customers. And the convergence of service and operation management into ServiceOps is a transformational strategy for this part of the BMC. In addition to that, we're also investing in supporting lines of business, such as HR, finance, facilities, to make sure that whether it's cases or different tickets, we can help them we can help those lines of business to be successful supporting their employees. We're investing heavily in the user interaction capabilities, whether it's the UI you see or the UX interaction, to make sure they're as intuitive as possible. I've already talked quite a bit about the Helix platform of sharing the data and common services. And it's important to note that we are adopting a cloud native and cloud first strategy and architecture that evolves into the operating model shift. So everything we're building is foremost first built and operate and run in the SaaS environment in the container form factor, and then we will be making them those new capabilities available to on-premise customers on a regular basis. In terms internally, we're shifting to more and more agile and DevOps methodology within BMC, and we're using our own products to monitor and to enable our own SRE teams to make sure our SaaS environment is performant and scalable and supports our customers. So I'm very excited to be here at BMC to work with my team on these transformations. Based on what we're hearing from customers, Helix components and Helix platform are helping them. BMC recently did a partnership with Forrester to interview customers and look at the total economic impact Helix has had on their companies and for their end users. We're happy to find out that Helix, through our service and operations capabilities, has been able to help companies to improve the efficiency of their IT staff, reduce the amount of time to resolution with their issues, and just generally helping improve the satisfaction and productivity of their end users. So we would like to work with you to help your teams, to help your service and operations team come together as they adopt more and benefit more from DevOps practices. Thank you.